Hey Spuddies, Potatomcwhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6 in the Gathering Storm expansion. So we kind of cut the Hungary series short, and for a lot of good reasons, but we are going to go ahead and continue playing the game. We do need to make a decision about who we are going to be playing next, however. We'll come back and play Hungary again someday, but I just don't think that game was going very, very well. So if we look through the list of the new civilizations, I've already played a game as Canada, I've already played a game as the Inca, I've played Mansa Musa, I've played Kupe, I played a game as Christina as well. I may have not uploaded that to YouTube yet. So it really comes down to playing Dido, one of the two Eleanors, or playing the Ottomans. And I think we're going to go ahead and give this whole military gameplay thing another go. We are going to go ahead and do a continents map. I'm not going to change the settings. I'm going to go with just the standard default settings. Let the things roll the way they roll. And yeah, we're going to just play as the Ottomans. We're going to play on DD. I'm not going to change any of the settings. I'm just going to play an absolute 100% default game. And we'll try to figure out what is the best way to win the game as the Ottomans. So some potential here is for example, a catapult rush. That's, you know, something that we could potentially do. We could also do... I kind of like the idea of a catapult rush. But we're going to be playing very carefully, very cautiously, and really trying to link all of our thoughts and ideas together as we play.
Rightly called magnificent, master of the sublime.
So let's take stock of our starting location. We are, of course, the Ottomans, and we are starting here on a plains hill. There is another plains hill over here, but I think we want to stay at this plains hill because we have a 2-2 food production tile right here. And we have a few of those around, and we're not too far off maybe getting a few other things as well. So we're going to go ahead and just settle in place. Get the free +1 production and sort of secure that for the future. Now we need to make a decision about how we open up our next moves in the strategy. So exploration is going to be important. So is getting a builder. We are going to want to hit certain notes pretty importantly, and bronze working is one of those. So I think it might be in our favor to... we want to get a campus, an encampment, a couple of commercial hubs, and a government plaza if we're going to do any sort of early to mid-game aggression. So that's something worth keeping in mind. So with that in mind, we are going to go ahead and open up with animal husbandry so that we can potentially find horses. That will give us access to potentially going for horsemen, or perhaps even the later version of them, the courser. So that's the logic behind that. We go for animal husbandry because that could potentially unlock a strategic resource for us that we can use to press an advantage or something. Now, in terms of what we want to build in this city, there's quite a few choices. We could go for a military unit, a scout, a builder, or a monument. And I don't think a builder is the right move here. We don't really have tiles that we can improve. And we're not going for mining first, so chopping these forests doesn't really make sense. Now, there is something to be said of going for a builder first, and then using these two forest chops to get a really, really fast settler. And that way we can do more aggressive things. But I think we're going to open with a second warrior so that we can do a combination of scouting and protection. And I got asked a question. Why don't I get scouts? Why don't I build warriors to defend myself and keep them around? And why don't I just build scouts to explore? And the reason for that is a warrior is only 10 more production than a scout, but it can do both exploring and defending my empire. So that's kind of why you just want to build, like, a scout is a pretty heavy investment for a unit that can't fight. And especially when you're playing on higher difficulties, it's really important that you don't waste you minimize the amount of wastage in your sort of build. Looks like we found a natural wonder over here. I'm not sure which one it could be from memory. It might be the lake one. No, it's the Matterhorn. So this is actually really helpful. The ignoring hills, and we get the +3 combat strength in hills. That's really, really powerful. So this guy can now just like run through hills. So that's going to be a nice one. I might want to put a encampment down somewhere near here. So a scout came from the west over here. So we'll kind of a scout in that direction. Send you to deal with that. So our next thing that we want to do is go for a fast settler. We want to get to 3 cities really, really quickly, and then use those 3 cities to potentially transition into a domination game. So we need to take out this barb camp. We've got a couple of barb camps that we need to deal with. So we found Gandhi.
If there are no dogs in heaven.
Okay, did we find any horses? No, we didn't find any horses, so that kind of sucks. We're going to attack there. I'm going to wait a turn. I'm going to let Gandhi attack again, and then I'll attack. Although it might be worth it to attack and then let Gandhi do it. No, he would take too much damage. Yeah, okay. So we definitely want to get writing, bronze working, and currency. So we're going to go ahead and pick up pottery. See if we can just get the scout to go back this way. Looks like Gandhi is healing up before he attacks. That's fine. Just as long as he attacks at some point. There's a city-state down here, which is nice. Okay, Gandhi, you can attack now. I don't know where that barb camp is.
It is not wisdom.
We definitely want a Pantheon. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in because we don't have a lot of options for faith. Normally I would go for just the production. We also want to get state workforce up pretty early, so I'll put some turns into craftsmanship, and I'm probably going to grab a builder after this settler. Okay, really? Come on. You can attack this. Why aren't you attacking? Okay, that scout never touched this barb camp, but it still spawned something, which is kind of annoying. He's trying to get the slinger over. So I'm hoping that this attack won't trigger him to attack. Okay, cool. So we get that. That's good. And there's the boost towards bronze working that we were hoping for. Excellent. So in terms of settler, I would like to settle over near this. So I need to settle carefully. I think I'd like to settle on the citrus so that I can get access to that luxury before I would normally have access to it. There's also some good chops here, and I'm in range of this natural wonder to take advantage of it. So we're going to head that direction. So now we want to get a builder because we want to improve some tiles. We do need to pick the tiles that we improve carefully. We could pick up irrigation, but we need to be careful about how we spend our production. We're going to go pottery, mining. So I could do a quarry. I want to get craftsmanship. That's basically the goal here, is to get craftsmanship. We could do a quarry and then 2 farms, which doesn't feel very good to me. So we'd have to go like double builder and put mines down. We could also go for our 3rd city, just straight up. And hard research craftsmanship. Or instead of going for a builder, get the monument and go for the long-term culture. So I think because we don't really have good options for tile improvements, we're going to go for the long-term culture and grab an early monument. And then after that monument, we will either go for like a military unit or a settler, depending on the condition of the game.
No man ever wetted clay.
And that also means that we want to go for early writing. I'm going to get these guys to heal up.
There is no shame.
Alright, we're healing up. Very good. You head back this way. So we're going to settle here on the citrus. Boom. Now in this city, we definitely want builders in here to start chopping and cranking out stuff. So we're going to get working on some builders. We're pretty far from getting our Pantheon. Unfortunately, we didn't get any faith on our tiles, so we had to go for this to get the Pantheon. The Pantheon will help in some form or another. So I want to explore more territory. Because actually, I don't want to settle my third city until I have bronze working. Because I want to try to settle for iron if I can to get swordsmen. With that in mind, I think I might get a... I might grab a scout here because that lines up with riding pretty nicely. On the other hand, I could get a slinger, waste a single turn, and then actually have a unit that transitions into something more useful. I'm going to get you to heal up for now. That slinger couldn't come a moment too soon. Alright, so there is horses over here. That's going to be an option for us if we don't find iron. That's good. I might actually settle for those horses.
Writing means share.
I could settle like right there. Now we want to pick up bronze working to reveal iron. There's a +3 campus right here. I need to be careful about spending my gold, but I will put the campus there for now to lock in the price, and then I'll go ahead and go back and finish that slinger. This will get me a promotion. I might attack twice and then heal. So let's put you here, put you in assistance. You're going to attack. Hopefully he attacks one of these two guys, and then I can get this kill with the slinger. We're going to go ahead and grab the campus so that we can get bronze working as fast as possible. It'll only shave a couple of turns off of it, but it'll shave a lot of time off my other techs. So we're going to attack and then heal to maximize the amount of health that we're using. There's craftsmanship. We're going to go ahead and keep these cards the way they are for now. They'll change later. Can you get this kill? You can. Excellent. That's a free boost. You're going to move here and then take the battle cry promotion. So I really want to get state workforce because I want to build the government plaza, probably in Ederne. Let's go ahead and get battle cry. Progress towards early empire. We'll keep attacking. I don't know if it's Ederne or just Ederne. Alright, so we cleared that out. We got a bit of error score, a bit of gold. All very useful stuff. We have 195 gold. If we so want, we could maybe purchase something. I think that could be worthwhile doing.
Who deserves more credit than the wife of a Colm?
Alright. And there's Amani. We definitely don't want to attack Amani early. So I think we're going to attack... Well, we have two really difficult civs to attack in the early game because they both have really strong units for defending against the particular time frame in which we want to attack. The Patati Archer and the Varro Elephant are very difficult to deal with in the early game. I think I am going to turn this into a quarry. This will give me a boost for masonry, but it'll also give me an extra production tile in the city. And then it's likely that I will do some just chopping and general harvesting in and around here once I have bronze working. So in here, I really want to... I don't need a second campus. I could get one, I don't need one. I could just keep getting builders. I have essentially all the culture that I need in the early game. Might not be a terrible idea to get a monument. If I got a monument, that would give me a decent amount of culture to get to, for example, oligarchy a little bit earlier. I could work on a settler from this city's perspective, and by the time this city is done, how fast would I build it in the capital as a contrast? It's only 4 turns faster in the capital, so I think I'm going to work on it in here. Alright, so let's move over here. We have a scout here that we need to worry about. We do get some era score from the campus, which is useful. Let's see if we can't make this scout go away. I could have sworn I clicked on this tile, but it is what it is. We could do a 4-city push. The problem is I don't know where India is. I can only assume that they're in this direction based on the loyalty that I'm seeing. So once we have bronze working, I could do a double settler here. I don't need the library, do I? I'm thinking about it. I could do builders. Actually, I like the idea of doing builders and then chopping out this infrastructure. The bronze working and stuff like that. The getting my encampment up in the capital really quickly with some chops. Yeah, I like that setup. And I might chop this mine right here. I'd rather chop this one, but I might chop this jungle in 6 turns. I'd have to wait, so I might just do that forest there. Alright, so this guy actually kind of willingly basically surrounded himself, which is kind of cool for me. Not so great for him. So now I want to find out more where India is. So it looks like they're settled near this volcano. We took him out and we get a promotion. That's good that we have a couple of extra promotions. Okay, this is a continents map, and here's Coupe.
It is equally important.
Okay, there's state workforce. So let's make sure that the target... So we're targeting the tech leader for war, which is usually kind of inadvisable, but it is what it is. So we're going to keep heading for early empire here, mainly because it's on the way to political philosophy. We are going to appoint Magnus and put him in the capital. Where are these coming from? I thought there were units like down here a minute ago. So you go there. We'll go to the next turn.
I'm also interested in...
So there's bronze working, and we found iron over here. So it's a question of, do we want to do iron and push with swordsmen, or do we want to push with horsemen? Well, really both are kind of in range for me. So I think what we're going to prioritize is horsemen upgrade a little bit sooner. But swordsmen are a little bit tankier with their upgrades. But I think I'm gonna go for the horsemen here. because they're a little bit more mobile and it'll work a little bit better with a horseman and siege army works a little bit better. So I think I'm going to prioritize this over here. Well, actually I could do both. If I queued up a settler here, I could settle both. So I want to save your build charges actually. So I might just chop this hill. Unless it's a really good tile that I want to keep. And it is actually a good tile that I want to keep. So I might just send you over here. I want that encampment. I also want the government plaza in here. So that's probably what I'll put in here next. Okay. So we're going to pick up archery here. We have our Pantheon. We're going to go ahead and take something that might be useful just in general. Let's see. Faith from quarries might not be useful. Culture from pastures is decent. Let's see. Reeds Marsh, Oasis and Desert Floodplains. It's pretty decent. Holy sites gain faith. +1 production from mines over strategic resources isn't a terrible one. Might be helpful. So unfortunately we're going to have to go after the tech leader, which is going to make this war a lot harder than it needs to be. Let's take the volley. It's more important that we kill his units than his buildings. I'm going to park you here. We're going to chop out this settler a little quicker. We don't plan to build any more settlers than these first initial 4 and try to win off of those 4 essentially through conquest.
May the forces of every nation lives by.
The danger is also really whether or not we can go to war this era depends on if they get a golden age. That's going to be the really deciding factor. Let's go ahead and pick up masonry because this will unlock ancient walls, which will get us a boost for that. See if we can't trap this scout. You guys are waiting one more turn before you chop. So now he's well and truly trapped. So if we chop here, 24 production, 24 food. And then here, 48. So that'll finish the settler in one turn. Then you're going to head up to improve that. Send the slinger out ahead of the rest of the guys. Take this out. Take a moment to heal. We're going to make a dedication. Unfortunately, Gandhi's in a golden age, which is going to make any sort of conquest really difficult. So we might have to delay the war. I really don't want to delay the war. But a golden age is a golden age. If only I knew where the Maori cities were, I could maybe go for them. I was hoping to do an early push, but I might have to delay it. But we can definitely get to work on our encampment. And I think I'm going to put it on this cattle tile. Although this is a really good industrial zone. So it might be worth it to place it somewhere else. I could spend the money. Place it over here. You have 1 build charge, which we want to save to improve those horses. You have 2 build charges. And we want to use these build charges efficiently and carefully to make sure we're not leaving ourselves too exposed to potential downfalls. So we definitely want to improve this to be a mine.
Each of us is carving a stone.
We want to settle beside the horses. The question is, do we want to settle here? Or do we want to settle here? And I think we're going to settle right there. And then we're going to choose our research. We're going to get to work on horseback riding because we're about to place the pasture. Should be able to settle over here without too many repercussions from the Golden Age. We're going to put a mine down. That's going to give us a high production tile. Now we need a high food tile to compensate for that. Do we have any really good tiles? There's a good tile there that I could use for a farm. I'm going to need more builders in here. I could go harvest that stone and get to work on builders sooner, and I think that's actually a better move. So we're going to settle here. I could settle on the horses, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to bring you over to the Matterhorn to get boosted. Now, this city, your job is mostly going to be doing currency stuff. So you're going to get to work on a trader. This city's job is mainly to make money for me to support my army that I develop for my other cities. Okay, there's early empire. Let's plug in the production towards settlers. I might do more settlers. I need to know more about India. Let's grab political philosophy. The question is, do we promote Magnus down to Black Marketer so that we can produce units much cheaper? And I really like that idea. Or do we promote Victor so that we can get free promotions on our units? Or do we promote Ibrahim so that we can get a 20% production boost to all military units in the city? And I think Ibrahim's really good here. I think I like the idea of appointing him and putting him in the Indian capital if we can get access to it. And I like this Grand Vizier promotion, so we're going to work on that. So I don't know where Delhi is yet. So I'm just going to put him in Edirne. And then I'll look for Delhi. Alright, we're going to improve the pasture. That gives us the boost to horseback riding. It also gives us access to the horse strategic, and it gives the city an extra production tile, which means it gets that trade route a little bit quicker. Ah, yes. I was actually going to look for open borders with this guy next turn. I'll take open borders with you as well. Okay, we have our fourth settler, fourth city. We're going to go settle over here. I need this final builder charge to actually have been coming over here. That was a bit of a small mistake on my part. We want to get the government plaza, and we want to put it somewhere where all of the cities can take advantage of it. And so over here is a good spot for that. Let me just double check. Yeah, right on that tile is kind of in between all four of these potential cities in here. As much as I don't like crushing the woods, I do want to get my government plaza up so that I can improve the Grand Vizier. Looks like he's looking to forward settle me, which is annoying. But there's Delhi, so let's grab Ibrahim and reassign him to Delhi. What we really, really want is this thing down here. The loyalty pressure, so that we can just conquer his cities at will. Need to come over here and get rid of that scout. There's Alpine training. Just want to know a little bit more. Looks like he got a religion. I'll take your delegation. He's probably going to settle somewhere in here. Yeah, up there. That's fine. As long as he doesn't block me maybe settling there. Okay, this scout problem is now becoming a big problem. But the problem is I really need to get barracks and builders. But I think I also just can't go to war yet So I really want to get a barracks, but I also need a builder. And we'll do some chopping in here. So he's actually still pretty weak. He only has warriors right now. We could definitely do a push with horsemen soon. Oh my god. But like the barbarians, this is what happens to me every time I try to do a domination game. Barbarians just come and get me, dude. Like, now in fairness, I didn't deal with this over here. And I should have. Where's my other one? Yeah. So we definitely want to get currency, but we want to wait until this trader is close. Oh, like look at all these barbs that appear. Just as I'm planning my attack, barbs appear. I feel like that's every time. We really want to get ironworking, currency. Yeah, so let's grab ironworking. It'll only take you a couple more turns to get over there. You are going to want to do... Just get me a builder. It's your job. It's just get me more builder charges. So unfortunately, I think my first horseman is going to have to be a full price one that deals with barbs. We got the government plaza. Excellent. We're not far from political philosophy. In the meantime, this city, a builder might not be a bad move. I'm trying to think about sort of how I approach getting to this war easier. And part of it might be building an encampment to get a great general sooner. Part of it might be getting builders to chop out these hills and put mines on them, which would mean I would need 2 builders. That's a pretty big investment versus just accepting the 2-1 status of these tiles rather than turning them into 1-2s. How much would I have to spend? I'd have to spend 100 and something production. I would likely get like 50. I'd likely get my production back for the 2 builders. So I might just go 1 builder, chop this forest. I don't have a build charge in the way. No, you know what? Just gonna put an encampment here on this flatland tile. Go straight encampment. Try and get that a little bit quicker. Okay, so we have good knowledge of Indian lands. That's going to be the boost for the wheel and ironworking, which is great. And we get the extra +1 production in here, which means builders don't take forever. You do want to become an archer, but I'm trying to be very careful about how I spend my money. I need to pretty much immediately get a trade route with Zanzibar. Okay, we took out that warrior. So I'm thinking of putting a city here, but I think I'm done settling. I think 4 cities is all I need. I'd really like to get a barracks. I'd also like to build a horseman. So I'm going to get started on a... I might get another builder in here. Need to do a bit of chopping. I need more gold too. Granary would help, I think, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. We'll let the city continue to grow. We'll get that a little quicker. Let me improve the quarry by chopping it and then putting a mine in it.
Everything has its limit.
Okay, jump up there. And then we harvest for the stable, I think. We're going to grab currency now. This is almost done. The trader is. You're going to head back to become a swordsman. You're going to trade with ideally Zanzibar, so I'm going to put this in Istanbul. Maybe that can reach it. I hope we can reach it from Istanbul. We're going to start a stable. We're going to harvest that, get the stable really quick. Make sure we put a pin here. Stable. Like that. So that we know to build horses out of here. Okay. I think we're off to a good start. The real question is, can we get units hitting this guy soon? We have the strategics starting to pile up. You've your trader. What you really need is one of those. So in the meantime, grab me a builder. I'm going to try and get my peripheral cities to build my builder infrastructure. Fortunately, I don't really have any tiles that give me gold either, which is holding me back a bit. I could improve these. I'd have to pick up irrigation. There's the mine. There's the trade with Zanzibar. Nice. That gives me the knowledge of currency, so we can get started on commercial hubs in these two outer cities to support my army. Alright. I think that's a good start. We have 2 encampments almost done. We have a campus providing us with a decent amount of science. We have a... It actually might be worth it for us to pick up irrigation here for the gold from these 2 tiles right here. That would be really, really nice. And then potentially also picking up the gold. Another horse over here is actually really important, so we could pick up these 2, get the second horses online, and then spam horses from Istanbul. So I'm thinking we go currency into irrigation, we go stable into builder in the capital, and then we can, after that builder, we can start producing units. We don't need the library. Anyway, I think we're almost ready to start a war. We're getting there. So I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel. And remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Other than that, I want to say I love you all very much. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.